We're live. We're live and kicking. How are you doing today? Beautiful.
I forgot you were talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
This is how it works.
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I am good. We just got off
Our
of
knowledge to the streets.
Pardon?
I'm excited to bring our knowledge to the streets.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we actually just got off of a live talk on Instagram. And for those who don't know, this is Jessie, my good friend, aka ClosettCandyy. And today we are talking about common laundry practices and products and how they are harmful to your clothing, your health, and the environment. So, yeah, I guess I'll tell, or actually, Jessie, you introduce yourself and say a little bit about yourself first.
Yeah, so I am Jessie of ClosettCandyy. I started a personal styling business about 3 years ago now. I have always loved fashion and clothing, but now I am starting to realize that the effect that it has on the planet, and I've sort of switched my business model to be more sustainable and focus on caring for our clothes naturally. I created a product that we're going to talk about today that some of you might have. I know Deidre has it and loves it, but it helps you care for your clothes, and it's not full of chemicals. And Dee and I have been friends since grade 10. Long time.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Yes.
Back in Belleville.
We don't need to talk about Belleville.
Okay, well, scarred it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so then awesome. And so this is tying into estrogenics and hormone balance. So this is my forte and something that really fires me up, are estrogenics. So this is a topic that we cover in the HOP90, so which is our 90-day nutrition and mindset program, where myself and my teammates, 3 other coaches, we educate and empower our clients to gain back control of their health, and it's all through hormone balance. So we really do go beyond nutrition. We tackle sleep, energy, and then again, estrogenics. So that's why Jessie and I are here today to kind of talk about certain chemicals that are not good for our health, and those products essentially aren't good for your clothing either. So it's like a good team right here. This is good. But first, I'll tell you what estrogenics are. So estrogenics are a class of chemicals that are found in products that we put onto our skin or that we ingest. It could be in certain foods, certain products, like I said, and they mimic estrogen in your body. So this is for both men and women. And when you have too much estrogen in your body, it leads to a host of issues like weight gain, depression, hair loss, lots of things. The list goes on. But essentially, we want to limit our exposure to these things because they do have a big impact on our health and our hormone balance. So, you know, that pesky 10 pounds that you might not be able to lose, it could be because of the estrogens in your body. Yeah, hair loss, everything like that. So
I like that you're talking about this because it's not something people normally think about. They're like, okay, well, food and exercise, that's it, right? Yeah. That's all I need to think about. It's like, well, what else do you have in your home? So I like that it's sort of, and I know so many people who have not been able to, you know, reach certain goals, whether it be fitness or sleep, like you were saying, because, and they think it's their food or they think it's their body, and it really could just be the products in their home.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's in so many things. So it's kind of scary, but that's why we're here, to educate and empower and really, you know, get it out there.
And give alternatives.
Yeah, yes, and give you solutions. Perfect. So also in the HOP90, we have a list of our top 10 estrogenics that you should avoid. And we're going to touch base on 2 today. So there is the soap estrogenic, which are triclosans and APEs. There's also the fragrance estrogenic, which are parabens. Parabens? Parabens.
Parabens.
Parabens
sounds cute, and they're not cute.
No, yeah.
And so those are the 3 ingredients people need to look out for.
And then there's also phthalates too, which is the plastic additive.
Yes.
But parabens are probably the most common. It might sound familiar to those who are listening, and just look on the labels. If the word ends in paraben, then that's it. So yeah, there's methylparaben, propylparaben. There's a bunch of different things. So definitely look at the ingredients of the products that you're using.
But remember what we learned about ingredients?
Oh yes, right. You say that.
Okay, so let me make sure I get the organization right. But so the Consumer Product Safety Commission, which is the CPSC, regulates cleaning and laundry products and soap. And what most people don't realize is they have careless disclosure regulations, which means they give manufacturers significant leeway on disclosing ingredients. So they can either list 5 or none, or they can lie about what's in it. So none of that stuff is actually regulated, which seems bizarre. And we just trust the industry because it's the cleaning industry.
Yeah, it's wild. And that's similar to the FDA too. So that for the Food, Drug and Administration.
Yeah.
It's very unregulated too. So it's we're kind of seeing a trend here, and that's why we're going to take power back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's touch base on laundry detergent. So we're washing our clothes. What do we do?
What do we use instead?
Pardon?
What do we use instead of like Tide?
Yeah, well, obviously just look for your organic soaps. I'm just trying to be paraben free. So we're looking at the ingredients, even though maybe you can't trust it. But then you said also powdered soap.
Powdered deodorant. Powdered deodorant would be weird. Powdered detergent, so that you're not, and I mean, this isn't all of them. There are, first of all, looking at ingredients is one thing, but also just researching brands who are actually ethical in their practices and in their products. So True Earth is one of them. TruEarth. We're gonna learn how to spell today. True Earth. No, I just want to say there's no E on the end of that one. I don't think I could be wrong. Don't quote me.
I wrote it down as true, actual true. Like
yeah, true. And then Nellie's that's like Nellies. And she has a powdered detergent. Mm-hmm. And it's just I have heard that a lot of sort of the popular detergent companies cut their liquid detergents with water. And so it's like you're getting half chemicals, half water, and that's what you're paying for. Powdered detergent cuts that out. And then there's also a company called Sapadilla, or let me get those. And then I think there's a place where I can add them for people. Yeah, I'll write them in the comments.
Okay, yeah.
We'll get the words right, and I'll add the brands.
Is this a Kingston company?
No, they're not. So True Earth. Oh, I was right. It's TRU.
Oh, there's no E?
No. No, these are, there's a eco store in Kingston. There's basically just one, and they carry Nellie's, and they carry True Earth, and they carry this other brand that I've started using for my hand soap. I just can't remember the name of it. Okay.
Yeah, you said it in your live, but it's an extravagant word.
Sapadilla, but I think I was wrong. Oh, it is Sapadilla.
Sapadilla.
Yes. Stop questioning myself. So Sapadilla Soap Co., True Earth, and Nellie's are at least 3 eco-friendly detergent brands and laundry brands that I trust. So I will add them.
Love it. Yeah, you'll make a little note there.
I'll add a comment.
Okay, yeah. So then also to tying into exercise clothes and stuff like that, just not washing them. So you don't like to wash yours every time you wear them? Is that correct? Your
My
clothing?
clothes? Yeah. Unless I, have
Really sweating it.
build something. Well, even the sweat, because my fabric spray has vodka in it.
Right.
Vodka is actually a natural deodorizer for anyone who doesn't know. It removes bacteria and odor from fabrics. And fun fact, there in theater, people actually use just a spray bottle of vodka and a little bit of purified water to sort of clean the clothing between actors and between shows because they don't actually have time to wash it.
Right.
So it's an old trick of the trade. And so that's what is in here. And in Deidre's too. I mean, it is safe to ingest. You're just gonna be wasting your money.
That's
Um,
true.
and it's a natural alternative to Febreze.
Yes.
So Febreze is going to tell you that they've made a natural one and they're just full of shit. That's sort of just an example of greenwashing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no more fabrics, or sorry, no more Febreze. Swap out fabric spray. We will touch more on this, but then let's dive into dryer sheets. And basically, we need to stop using dryer sheets. So again, looking at the ingredients, is there parabens and stuff like that. But also, yeah, just grabbing a sheet here. Like it's waxy, it's like just chemicals, I'm sure. But
Plastic. It's made of plastic and chemicals and nothing else.
So yeah,
and you're tossing your clothes around with that and then breathing it in. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, it's just.
But that's the problem. We didn't think about it ever. It's like we saw our parents using it. And so it's like when you go to the grocery store to buy detergent, you also buy laundry sheets.
Yeah.
Because we think it reduces wrinkles or we think it reduces static, but it doesn't.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's mainly just like add scent to your clothing, which is going to bring in the parabens. That's the fragrance estrogenic. And two, it puts a film over your clothes. So you're wearing your clothes, your pores are open, especially if you're hot, if you're sweating, that they're open even more in that case. And those chemicals seep into your body, into your bloodstream. They're mimicking estrogen in your body. That's throwing your estrogen all out of whack. And yeah, potentially leading to some certain issues that you might have or might not even know that you have.
And like not from one use, but consistent use over time.
Right.
And like especially if your parents were using this as a kid and you've continued to use it growing up, now would be the time to just stop. Just stop.
Just stop it.
And so there are alternatives. Yeah, for quick.
I did that on our live on the Instagram. We went everywhere. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, you don't want them all over your house.
They're my roommates, so.
So you can use wool. There are wool dryer balls. And the brands that I added in the comments, Nellie's has wool ones, but then there's also that kind, which are silicone, I think. Yeah. And they're a little bit better for static. Right. And then if you are someone who's like, oh, I really want, a scent on my laundry when it comes out, spray it with fabric spray, or if you have essential oils, add a drop of essential oils to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just rub it in. Don't make sure, just don't add the essential oil to your clothing. Don't do that.
So just put it on the ball. I've just been spraying like the ball like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if you can just spray your clothes with fabric spray afterwards too. If you want a little bit of a scent. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then this is too kind of like obviously Josie and I are friends, but how we kind of linked up too. I bought this from her to spray my yoga mat because I have a cork yoga mat and you can't really, I was using like vinegar and stuff before, but that leaves a really vinegary smell. So this is really nice. I always clean my yoga mat with this, but then I'll do like my couches, like in my car, like any seats like that, stuff like that. And then my clothes whenever I need a little freshen up.
And so there are different scents too. I think you like using the eucalyptus mint for your yoga mat because it's like eucalyptus and mint both promote feelings of relaxation, but also like invigoration. Tangerine grapefruit is good for just around the house for a nice summery smell. Fresh effing laundry is good if you want your clothes to smell like laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a nice little
mini. So minis are good for throwing in your gym bag, putting in your car. And I say use it on clothes, but it's really good if you want to remove odors from anything. Your car, maybe you're a smoker and you go out for a smoke and you just don't want to smell like that anymore. It's just a
stop smoking, guys.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah. We're not going to tell you everything to do. Just stop using dryer sheets and you're good.
Yeah.
So when you were saying also, I want to add on, you said that there was an issue with film being added to your clothes. What that also does, people, is makes your clothes more flammable.
Oh, yeah.
So you could potentially, you're not going to burst into flames, obviously. We're not going to go hardcore here. But if you were to be in a situation where there was fire, your clothes would be more flammable if you use dryer sheets. And then it's actually required by law for children's clothing and pajamas to be flame resistant because of, I guess, household fires and stuff. And so this would obviously compromise your children's clothing.
Yeah.
No dryer sheets.
Crazy.
Another reason to not use them.
Yeah. Yeah. So main things, we want to swap out laundry detergent, get a nice local small business.
Well, I mean, and I guess, sorry, the 3 brands that I mentioned aren't like small, or they're probably small. They're not local, but local stores carry them. Or you can, of course, order online. All 3 of those sell online.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think what stores in Kitchener-Waterloo that have natural ones. But yeah, there's some smaller businesses. I'll have to find.
I actually think Scapadilla is now in grocery stores.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. And True Earth might be getting there too. I haven't seen Nellie's. My mom said she saw Nellie's in Trenton because I got her to switch.
Well, hey, you're getting in lots of stores too, eh?
Yeah, yeah. And Deidre will have a code for fabric spray for the HOP90 crew and for anyone else. So if you're interested in fabric spray, she'll have her own code for you. And I will also say that I know paying for shipping sucks, and like it costs me the same to ship 1 as it does to ship like 5.
Right.
So if you wanted to ship it to one address and then like everyone split shipping, you can. That's just a little tip from me.
Okay, so I'll be like the
distributor. Boxes for me. What's that?
I said I'll be the distributor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me just check my notes and see if there was anything else we wanted to touch on. So we just wash your clothes less. So you can wear your clothes more than once. And if you're worried about, sweat and odor, that's when fabric spray comes in.
Yeah.
I also want to mention washing your, you've got to avoid washing your workout clothes in hot water and putting them in the dryer. I know a lot of people think that hot equals getting rid of bacteria. But if you have the right detergent and you're washing it in cold water, it's still going to get rid of the sweat and the stink. What hot water and just heat does is it breaks down the material, but then it also breaks down the sort of performance enhancing material like the moisture wicking or the waterproof or whatever it is. So I know your crew is working out all the time. So if you want your workout gear to last longer, don't put it in the dryer. And if you sweat your butt off, definitely wash it. I'm not going to say spray it, like use all spray on it. No, just definitely wash your clothes.
And then line drying and how drying.
Yes. So, we don't really need, I understand that drying is convenient, but it is one of the number 1 sort of highest energy uses in your house. So if you have a high energy bill and you cut down on your laundry and just using your dryer, you will save at least $100 a year. So line dry or drying rack. But if you're someone who's like, yeah, but my clothes get stiff when I do that, there are 4 things you can do. 1, you can put a cup of vinegar in your wash, and it's not going to make your clothing smell like vinegar because you're washing it. You're going to wash that smell out, but that adds, it's like a natural fabric softener. 2, you could lower the amount of detergent you're using. I don't know how much you put in, but sometimes we just put too much detergent in because we think, oh, that'll just make it cleaner. But actually, if you put too much detergent, it seeps into the clothes and it sticks into the clothes, and then it will make them more stiff.
Wow.
You could use a natural fabric softener. I actually haven't looked into natural fabric softeners, so because it's just another product to buy, I feel like, you know, you gotta keep it simple. Or you could use the dryer, but only for 10 minutes and on like cool or on low. So you're just gonna do like a tumble dry to sort of fluff it up, and then you'll hang it, or hang it and before it's fully dry, put it in the dryer for the last 10. But again, not on high heat. The high heat is what compromises the integrity of your clothing.
Right. Yeah.
Even though you want like that warm towel or that warm whatever. I mean, even putting it on warm would work. Just don't put it on hot.
For the whole hour, whatever it is.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
There used to be, we share laundry. There's someone who lives below and someone who lives in our, and the girl who used to live below us used to always put her laundry on high, and I would go in and turn it down to low. Like, you don't need it on hot, because I could like smell it, you know?
Yeah.
When it's on high, like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that, the line drying tip too, because you said it kind of like eats away at your clothing, like the lint that's collected.
Yes. So I've never questioned what lint is. I thought it was dirt. I thought it was like getting the extra dirt off clothes, but that doesn't make sense because you just wash your clothes. Yeah. Lint is literally fibers of your clothing. Mm-hmm. So when you have a lot of lint from one load, that's not good. That's basically the breakdown of your clothing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was a study that tested washing clothes 20 times. And so washing and drying only 20 times broke down the fibers by 50%. So that's, and if the clothing is not made well, or if it's a synthetic fiber, it's going to break down even more, right? Mm-hmm. So if you buy fast fashion, like if you shop at places where clothing is really cheap, it's even more in your best interest to not wash it as much.
Right.
Because
yeah.
it's made properly.
For sure. That's all great tips. I love it. So yeah, let's save your clothing, save your health, save the environment. Let's work on switching our laundry detergent.
And just with really simple steps too. No more dryer sheets.
Yeah.
Natural laundry detergent. Wash less. And if you do use the dryer, like, it's not a terrible thing to use the dryer, but if you want to, and it's sort of getting in the habit too, you almost have to change your habit. If I'm going to tell you to stop using the dryer, you're like, well, that saves me time.
Yeah.
So you sort of have to adjust. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Then that's too something that we kind of talk about throughout the HOP90 a lot is habit building. We talk a lot about habits and the psychology behind it. So that is very true, because you'd have to time block.
I'm reading Atomic Habits right now. Have you read it?
You pardon?
I'm reading Atomic Habits right now.
Yes, I have read that. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so motivating, because you're like, oh, it's not my fault. It's my brain.
Yeah.
And it's everyone's brain. It's just when something is sort of, you're used to it, your brain automatically sees a cue, it sees a reward. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of science behind it, but just breaking that link and rewiring your brain for a new habit. So I love it.
Yeah.
Or anything else that we wanted to touch base on?
I think that was it.
Yeah, if there's anything for anyone watching that they want to,
sorry.
That's okay. If you have any other topics or questions, but topics that you want us to cover or talk about, drop a comment, let us know, and we'll tackle it.
Yeah, we will.
I like this. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Nice to see you. And we should do more with with Jess. I'm sure Jess has good things to talk about too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I saw she added a comment, but I don't see it.
I did not see that at all.
That's why I went to my other screen and could hear something. It said there were like 3 comments on the video, but I don't see any. I only see mine.
Oh. Oh well.
What the?
Oh.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. But draw your balls.
We did good for time. High five.
Right? See, I think we planned it out well.
Yeah.
Everybody, high fives. High fives.
High fives. No more dryer sheets. High fives.
Yeah.
If you took one thing from this, it's just no more dryer sheets. It's
Line
screwing
bread.
with your estrogen.
Yeah.
With your hormone.
I like the vinegar tip because, I don't want those crusty, stiff clothes.
No, take a shot of it too while you're at it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Good for your gut.
Yes, love it. All right. Well, thanks, girl. We'll see you soon. And we'll see you guys later.
Okay. Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.